Hi, Rebecca. Overall, I really think you did a good job on this project. It's clear you're grasping all the important concepts and you're really off to a great start. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other projects you produce this course. Let's take a quick look and I'll give you a couple points of feedback and hopefully they'll be helpful. So awesome graphic, one of the most creative graphics that anyone put into their piece. So good job with that. And someone pointed out on the wall that it actually matched the chairs, which was really cool, which is nice to have everything color coordinated. It makes it more visually appealing. So good job on that. Good establishing shot. Shows us our characters in the space. So all good. I think that was a good change that you made here, what we talked about in that initial feedback, where you let him deal out a couple extra cards before you made the cut, so you'd see that there were more cards on the table. While it's not exact, it's pretty close. So that's almost a match cut. I'd consider it a match cut. That's pretty good. Um, a little bit of a jump here. See where his hand is on the table, and then as the scene moves forward, it jumps to the cards are already in his hands. His hands have changed position. That's probably a little too much change in his positioning to make that a clear cut, or it's definitely a jump. So keep that in mind. This is going to be important in your PSA. In your other pieces, it's going to be a little bit harder to have exact match cuts because you're going to be shooting real action. But we'll talk about that more in class too when those projects come up. You had some good actors too. That always helps. I like that angle. Good close up. Almost a detail shot on the face, right? So that's actually a good fix of that edit also that we talked about where her arms were sort of in a different position. This is much closer and she's actually starting to move that arm. That gives us the move towards the wine glass. So that's almost a really good match cut. There's a little, just a teeny bit difference with her hand being down in this shot and then being up in the other, but very minor and almost completely unnoticeable with how quickly it goes by. So that was a good cover of that edit that we talked about in the initial feedback. Yeah, like I said, good job overall. The composition of your shots is really good. You had some great unique angles, like the one from overhead here, which was nice. And all your lighting's really good. A little bright there, maybe too bright with the big white background, but your characters are still pretty well lit and separated from the background, so I think that's pretty good. You followed the rules. You stayed on that 180-degree axis between the two of them, so that's really good. You never broke that, and you also have definitely a more than 30-degree shift from shot to shot in terms of the positioning and framing of the camera. So all a really good job. You like I said, you're getting the concepts, you're putting them into practice, and I think you're well on your way to some successful projects as we continue through the course. So keep up the good work, and thanks.